Alright, so here we are. I'm going to show you how to build a Clark Zapper. And I'll post the schematic at the end so you can see what it looks like. First of all, we get our 555 chip. And I just have mine right here. There we go. Boom, we place our 555 chip on the board. And we all know the top will have, place it on here. And I'll get on there, okay. And the notch is out of the top this way, so this will be our number one, this corner right here. It's our number one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 on the back side. Okay. And then I'm just going to start placing jumpers, and you can follow me along if you want to go to your own account. First of all, we'll be placing our first we'll be placing our 3.9 resistor. There's two of these guys on here, so oops. 3.9 resistor, we'll get this guy out of the way. This 3.9 resistor is orange, white, red. I don't know if you can see that. That's orange, white, red. Orange, white, red, gold. So it reads, and gold is the last bar that you read. So we'll take that. We'll go from pin 3, and I'm doing it off of just a cheap solderless breadboard here. You can order them online, really super cheap. I'm going to go from pin 3. I'm going to go just 2 spaces out, so I have some extra room there. We'll go from pin 3, and I'm just going to put one off over here. Boom. I'm going to do that just to get that out of the way. And it's 3.9. Next we'll place one of our 1K resistors. 1K, that stands for 1,000. 1 kilo ohms, so it's 1,000 ohms. And we'll place this is looks like, can you read that? Is that red? Black, red?
Red, black, brown.
Red, black, brown. Okay, so our 1 kilo ohm resistor is red, black, brown, and we will place that. Let's just go on that same line. We'll go right off of pin 3 again, and we're going to place that guy way off over here as well. Boom. Yeah. Let's see, pin 3. Now we'll place another 1 kilo ohm resistor. Our second kilo ohm resistor goes from pin 6. We go from pin 6. See this? We go from pin 6 over to. I'll just set it off to the side over here. We'll go about 3 or 4 spaces up, just to keep it out the way. And that's from pin 7 out, just to a free spot on the board. Free spot on the board, sorry. And then off that same pin 7, we will take our last 3.9K resistor, and we will attach it to, from pin 7 to pin 6. Right off pin 7 here, same spot as before, but pin 7. And we're actually going to go right to pin 6 with that guy, so right there. And bend him off to the side a little bit so he doesn't get in the way. Pin 6. Now will be the placement of our first capacitor. Our first capacitor is a 0.0047 microfarad capacitor. I happen to have this blue ceramic one that I believe fits that specification. And we're going to put him from from pin 6 to one space out, pin 6 to out there, boom, we'll just do that, and 3 spaces out past the bottom of the chip, and we will put in our last capacitor. See if I can fit this guy in there. Our last capacitor is a 0.01 microfarad capacitor. It has the markings 103 on it. So we're going to put in from pin 5 over to an open spot. And we'll turn to pin 5. And we'll just go right there. Pin 5 to an open spot on the board. Alright, now it's time to just place a couple jumpers. Oh wait, forgot our LED. Let's get our LED on there. Our LED will go with our positive side facing right off of our 3.9 kilo ohm capacitor or resistor that we put just out into a spot out on the board there. So we can attach this guy. Put him right there. Let's see, we'll put some jumpers in now. We connect our one spot. To our positive, which we're just going to put right over here. Our positive, and we'll need one spot here. Just going to connect some jumpers now. So I'm going to put in our positive. Next to the positive on the battery. And put my negative on that. In this case, our negative is going to be this. So the yellow guy right here. And put him in there. Now we're connecting our We're connecting our 0.01 microfarad capacitor to our ground plate. This little yellow low wire is actually our ground. So we go from ground through our 0.01 microfarad capacitor into pin 5. And then our ground also connects to a couple other things. So we'll connect those guys up right now. There we go. Put a jumper across. Just to an empty line there. So we can connect some more stuff to our ground. We also need to connect our next one that we'll connect to our ground will be connect pin 1 to the ground. So we go from ground over here, where we just placed our last jumper, over to our pin 1 right there. Pin 1. Our next ground spot will be to connect our 472 or our 0047 microfarad capacitor. So we can just do a little jumper there, connect it to the ground, boom, and that connects our ground to our capacitor and into line 6. Let's see here. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to connect our LED to our ground. So we want to take one of our, should have a couple more spots there. We'll take and connect our ground to our LED. Now we will go to our positive line, which is over here. This is our positive line. So we go in, we have that connected over to, looks like pin 4. We're connected to pin 4. We will go in. We're gonna just jump this straight across from our positive over to our 1 kilo ohm resistor, connecting that to pin 7. So there we go. Connect our positive to the 1 kilo ohm resistor and to pin 7 of our 555 timer. Let's see, what else do we need to hook up here? We can hook up one more thing on our positive line. Let's see, we got our pin 4 hooked up. Ooh. Let's see, we're missing our pin 8. We don't have our pin 8 hooked up. We'll go from right there, actually, to pin 8. So we're going to go, it'll be our 3rd spot down on our positive line. So it actually will go from our positive to pin 4, and then it will go to pin 8. And then it will cross, and it will go through our micro one, or our kilo ohm, 1 kilo ohm. Then let's see. We'll connect our spot here for our. I'm connecting it to this resistor here. It's going to be our positive line for one of our electrodes. Okay, it's going to be our positive electrode line, and our negative electrode line will be hooked up. Actually, we'll do it like this. And we'll use red for positive. Okay, and there's one electrode. And let's see, where's our other electrode? see the back of our positive, our negative line. So this is our negative line. It goes over through that capacitor, then it goes all the way here. So this is our negative line. Boom. It's the very end of our negative line. That will be our other electrode. And I believe that is our Clark Zapper, built for, you know, if you're building it, you already know what it's used for, so I'm not going to get into it. But there's our Clark Zapper. Should we test the circuit? Sure, let's test the circuit. Battery. Get some stuff out of the way here. Let's go to the negative. Alligator clips hooked up. A negative to a negative. Let's go, you know, positive to our positive. Maybe a short in there. Alligator clips. LEDs not working? I don't know, my 2-pin 2 hooked up, that's why. I'm gonna hook up pin 2. Sorry about that. Pin 2 jumps straight over to pin 6. So we come off pin 2. Jump over to pin 6. There we go. Pin 2 to pin 6. And that is it. It is working. I'll put a different LED in there so you can see it, because that LED is quite dim. These old LEDs don't look as much as a new one. See that in there. Boom. That is your Clark Zapper circuit. Right there, it's running. It's working. Here's your electrodes.